showtime.
Fire and water, earth and the sky, mystery surround us, legends never die. Live here for the moment, lost in time. I can hear them call, they're locked within the crystal ball.
I am so excited to do this! Just, ugh! Hey everybody, it's the D-Rock 100 and welcome back to more of Pokemon Shining Pearl! Last time... what did I do last time? Because I got a little excited. Oh, yes, of course. We went off to the... what is the place called again? Spring Path. And it's from there, from where we caught ourselves at Giratina, went to the Trophy Garden and found a lot of good stuff, a lot of zip, zill, nothing. We found her aka Balloon with an attitude. This time, we have some things that we could do out here now, here in Canalave City. And before we do so, do you remember a little while back when we got a little Eevee? Well, I think it's about time that we can kind of get to know this Eevee a little bit. And yes, I know that mesh spread's still there. Speaking of her on that matter. I stocked up on balls. Don't take that out of context. Okay, yeah, I'm getting off topic. So the Eevee that we got from before. I think it's about time that we get to know him a little bit more for what else it's capable of. More specifically, evolutions. It can evolve into one of 7 Pokemon, and it's up to you on which one you want to go for. So, let's get right to him. Starting things off with the Water Stone, Vaporeon. It's a pure water type, and quite frankly, I actually have a bit of a soft spot for this. This is meant to be a very nice and tanky water type that knows some good water type moves like Surf, Hydro Pump, and maybe throw in an Ice Beam, Aurora Beam, and maybe even Blizzard while you're at it. This is a very good option to go for, and take a look at some of the moves in it that I can learn naturally through TMs and even through breeding as well. If you want my personal opinion, Water Absorb is great for double battles, while Hydration works better in single player. And yes, it can learn how to rain dance no problem. I feel like having these Eevee evolutions with their hidden ability be so much better in many ways, and Vaporeon works on that very nicely. The big negative and that I have to say with that, while it does have great HP, ironically, its worst stat is defense. It's meant to be a tanky Pokemon, but it doesn't have great defense to back that up. All around, Vaporeon's great, just you're relying mostly on that HP to tank a lot of hits. With the Thunderstone, we get Jolteon, the speed demon of the group. It is timed with Crobats from having one of the fastest base speed spats. Wow! Speed stats out of some of the other Pokemon that you'll be finding in the game. That Rain Dance Thunderhead combination that we'll know is a great combination, and I love it. And like with Vaporeon, and Volt Absorb is great for double battles, while Quick Feet actually works better in single player. I think you might be saying where this is going here. Is boost to speed stats if the Pokemon has a status condition. Right out of the box, you want to hit this thing with either burn or maybe even poison if you're desperate. In my opinion, having this thing burned with a flame orb with that ability is a dang good combination. That will make Jolteon all the more faster. Sure, I don't think it's gonna be good as like Sand Rush through all that, but honestly, you could do worse with this. A strange thing about this Pokemon that I don't understand is that it comes knowing Pin Missile.
What?
You're not gonna get the same type of attack bonus, but I guess if you want to have some decent variety of moves to go for, Pin Missiles is okay, but let's face it, you're gonna pitch it for something else anyway. With the use of the Firestone, Flareon, the offensive member of the group. In the days of old, Flareon just got utterly screwed of having such great potential with that offensive stat, nothing to use it for. Gen 4 and onward, delivered. Fire Fang naturally, Flare Blitz naturally. And even if you plan on not using that Flash Fire ability, Guts is probably the best one to go for. While in some of a status problem, it will see a significant boost to that attack stat. And this could make even some other good physically offensive moves and that I would know that's not fire type hit all the more harder. This is kind of similar to that with Jolteon. Have this thing enough with a status problem, I think you're gonna have no problems whatsoever. In this case, I kind of want to say that Burn or Paralysis, Poison and Paralysis may be the best ones to go for. And yes, this generation definitely made this one a whole lot better because of it. If you want one, make sure you have Guts for the ability, not Flash Fire. With the high happiness for your Eevee during the daytime, you will get Espeon. Before we go any further, I want to talk about Espeon and his counterpart, which I'll talk about in just a moment. Be warned! You will get screwed out of any of those forms if any of those moves that has in Eevee's arsenal is a fairy type. I'll talk about that later. You will get screwed out of that. Going back onto Espeon, this is a very, very viable Pokemon. It has the highest base special attack stat out of all the non-legendary Gen 2 Pokemon for a good reason. Synchronize, unfortunately, would probably not be the best ability to go for. I'm starting to think that all of the hidden abilities are probably the best one to go for, except for maybe one, but I digress. The attacker will receive the status and condition if it inflicts a burn, poison, or paralysis to the Pokemon. It's not like that if the Pokemon is the type of the status and that's dealt with. For example, Coffin cannot get poisoned if Espeon gets poisoned. Kind of an oxymoron, in a way. I don't know. But Magic Bounce. I say this one is probably going to be a whole lot better because it reflects the status moves instead of getting hit by it. Not bad to say the least, but that's about for where the real positives end for that. It's similar to that of Synchronize for the type of Pokemon that matches it, but I guess you could do some experiments on that. That's about as all as you're ever going for. Psychic, of course, is going to be the best move that you're going to be seeing out of it, but it can also learn other good moves like Dark, Ghost, some normal type moves. Remember to look more into this. It's a very good Pokemon, and having only weakness to Dark, Ghost, and Bug, can't go wrong with anything on that. Its counterpart during the nighttime is Umbreon. Umbreon's my personal favorite of the Eevee evolution, and kind of a weird one. Okay, it's not 100% weird, but I go for quality over quantity. This is meant to be a double wall, mostly taking on special hits and physical. And some of the moves that it knows don't exactly complement it well, but that doesn't mean that it's borderline useless. It's meant to take a lot of hits and even potentially dish them back. Inner Focus, of course, is probably that you want to go for the most, but that does not mean that Synchronizing can be bad for this Pokemon in particular over Espeon. You know that it kind of sounds weird since I'm stating it like that, but I actually had some good luck with this in the past. But okay, I'm kind of contradicting myself on this one, but the point is, Synchronizing got a bit of a nerve, but I kind of feel like Umbreon can work better with it, in my opinion. Confuse Ring, Bite, Shadow Ball, and maybe even Psychic are some good moves to go for, but with its only real weaknesses being Bug and Fighting and Fairy types, you're gonna have some difficulties with this. It's mostly meant to tank hits and some pretty decent amount of HP as well. But all around, it's decent for how it is, but it still holds a special place in my heart as my personal favorite Eevee evolution. Next up, and oh boy, these Pokemon got some much and needed attention. Leafeon! This is a very nice hunter Pokemon to say the least. I believe since Generation 8, it only now requires Center for with the use of a Leaf Stone, and you should have plenty of them right up in your arsenal. You've been going to the Grand Underground. Or you can just expose this thing to the Mossy Rock that we saw from before, but why would you even want that if you now have an evolution stone that can take care of that part for you? Leafeon is one of my personal favorites. It's mostly meant to be a very good user as a Sun Summoner for both Leaf Guard and Chlorophyll. Your options are an ability to prevent you from getting statics problems while in harsh sunlight, or having your speed be doubled. I think you might be knowing for which one's probably the best one to go for. If you want my personal suggestion, Razor Leaf will be the move that'll get upon its evolution, but you have to wait until level 50 to get a Leaf Blade. I think you might be seeing where I'm kind of going with this. It's a very good Pokemon that is unfortunately kind of a glass cannon if it's used otherwise, because both of its abilities work well in sunlight, but guess what also works in sunlight? Fire. Yeah, I think you might be seeing it for why this one's kind of hard to use. And while it's nice enough for being a decent physically offensive Pokemon and can tank a lot of good hits, you're not going to find any good use of that elsewhere unless if you plan on not using any of your abilities in the process. Its counterparts with the use of the Ice Stone or being around the Icy Rock, you will get Glacial, another personal favorite. This is a Ice-type Pokemon that got a very well-deserved attention as well, and it's probably one of the best ones to go for if you choose not to go for other Ice types. If I have to say one thing, Icy Wind is decent, but I feel like this one is good for double battles. Ice Fang, Freeze Dry, and Blizzard, one of those is going to be the best one to go for. But experiment with this one. You actually might find that one of these moves that it'll learn naturally be pretty decent as well. But when it comes to tutoring, oh boy, those are some very, very good things to kind of to think about. Well, sort of. The reason why I kind of say it like that is that, oh, what am I kidding? He doesn't know any really good moves for that matter. I'm kind of contradicting myself. What have I done? The point is, Glacial is unlike many other kind of especially offensive Pokemon, and even though that it's not good by taking a lot of physical hits, you could do worse. And finally, if you have high happiness regardless of day or night, and if your Eevee has a Fairy type move, it'll evolve into Sylveon, the latest and a member of the Umbreon class. With a bit of interest. It's meant to be a decent special wall, and a nice specially offensive Pokemon as well. But the big thing that was going to stand out to it the most is that it will come with a very nice hidden ability of Pixelate. This is an ability that turns all normal type moves into fairy type moves. Why am I saying it like that? Oh, I don't know. The fact that I can learn so many good normal type moves through both naturally and TMs. If you want a very dangerous Sylveon, have it with this hidden ability and give it Hyper Beam. I think you probably might be having some different thoughts about fairy types that it being one of the worst types out there that just became so much freaking better. But in all seriousness, it's a very nice ability, and this is probably going to be good for both single and double battles. If you manage to get one with this ability, congratulations. You will have probably one of the absolute best abilities to have for pretty much any kind of Sylveon. That being said, however, that's where the positives end. Most of the moves that I will learn are normal and fairy type moves, and those normal type moves aren't exactly up to snuff. You're investing TMs into this thing if you want to use it. It's not bad, it's a great move that's to go for, but like I said, you're investing TMs into this thing. Alright. So while we're here, we'll come into this place. The kid's sleeping in the bed. I never thought our boy would fall into this endless nightmare. It's happened in the past and can live. There were people who never woke up from their nightmares. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought you had a sad look on your face. He was thrashing about in his sleep. No, he's not. He appears to be in torment. He's muttering something. Dark is watching me. I've lost my love for sailing since my son fell into that horrid nightmare. I need the lunar feather head from Full Moon Island to awaken him. Would you go to Full Moon Island for me? If not for me, then for my son? Only you can awaken my son from this awful nightmare. We're both counting on you. Please, I need the lunar feather from Full Moon Island to awaken him. Aye aye, anchors away. Well, about that. He's being subdued by a endless nightmare. Would be ashamed if something were to thwart that. So right here on Full Moon Island, on the north and western part of the map, we have a location that's going to be from right here, and we now have something that's now accessible. The Pokemon flew off somewhere. There's something sparkling where the Pokemon once was. We now have 2 Roman legendaries to go after. I do want to take a moment to talk about one of them when we find it. The Pokemon you met was the Lunar Pokemon. Heard tales of it flying from place to place throughout Sinnoh. Oh, that sparkle! That must be the Lunar Feather! Thank you. That will wake my son from the nightmare. We got no time to waste. The lunar feather began to glow. The boy's sleeping face became untroubled and serene. The little boy woke up. Oh my gosh, you're awake! Oh my son, I don't know what to say. Thank you, we'll never forget you. She back to normal makes me feel great. I've regained my spirit as a sailor. Come sail with me later. I couldn't wake up. I saw it. It was a scary dream. It was a dark place. There was a dark Pokemon. But Daddy, Mommy, I could always hear your voices. So, will you stop? I swear to God, I'm not doing this on purpose. All right. Oh, you're just out that way. probably might not be able to encounter it here, but we'll see. Okay. I'm gonna be here for a little while. So. Same strategy as before. I am going to be going after this particular legendary Pokemon. I'm going to do, I guess, the best I can to try to catch this thing. It's practically north of us, hopefully. Oh. Oh, this is gonna get a little trippy. Oh, both of them are up there. Okay, I guess we technically had one of them nearby, but the only problem is since we now have two Roman legendaries, it's hard to tell for which one's gonna be which. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can maybe try to get that one from the south from here, so. Oh, that's dirty! Alright. No, no, no. No, no. Oh, you're both there! Oh, the both of you are here! Wait a minute. I still have a repel up, don't I? Oh! Mesprit! Okay. I guess I could play with you for a little bit. I got a lot of balls burning a hole in my pocket, but... Okay, yeah, I kind of saw that one coming. And the question is... I just hope it doesn't flee to go north or anywhere else. Yep. I knew it was gonna happen. If I keep him running into Pokemon, it will relocate. So please still be there. Please still be there. I can't tell if it moved or not. Let's find out. Oh, okay, still there. So if I remember correctly, this particular Pokemon has a similar... What? Okay, how'd that work? I suppose I could keep going after Mesprit for the time being. It's a shock. The craziest part about this is... Oh my god, you're gonna move, aren't you? You're gonna so move. Oh, actually... Come back over to this side. Yes! I got it in the area. We should have the same battle encounter. Right. Please still be here. Maybe if I head for like the northern part. Yes. Ha! That's funny. I guess it's probably one of the best strategies in that you can use. If you have a Pokemon that's weaker than the Pokemon that you're looking for, have a Pokemon that's on lower level than it, run around the grass with a max repel, and it'll come straight to you. They say that among the starry night, on the night of full moons, a majestic creature in the shape of a duck of sorts shines its eternal lunar light down to those that are suffering from nightmares. If one should ever meet this beloved creature, it will bless you with a beautiful feather said to wear off nightmares as long as you keep it in your grasp. But if you so much as dare provoke that power, you will be succumbed to be at the risk of never being protected by the space duck. Quack! Crystalia is definitely that kind of Pokemon that would do such a thing. When you encounter it, level 50, Psychic type, Levitate for the ability. Let's see. With Slash, Psycho Cut, Moonlight, and Safeguard. Bringing it down to how this is as a Pokemon. This is probably one of the best double walls that you'll be finding anywhere. This thing, it takes a lot of good hits. Psychic will be learned naturally, but Psycho Cut, you could do worse with this thing. It comes with a signature move known as Lunar Dance. While it faints in battle, this allows it the Pokemon to take its hits to have its status and HP fully restored. This is a dangerous combination. That being said, that's about where the positives end. Look, I like Crystalia to death. It's known to for, well, fair enough, nightmares. But what is the point if some of the other moves that it knows just doesn't quite complement her for what many psychic types are known for? I guess if you're looking for a nice defensive Pokemon, Crystalia is a great choice to go for, but yeah, I kind of see this one as being somewhat outclassed. It can sacrifice itself to heal one of your Pokemons completely, but honestly, it's decent for how it is. Excuse me? Wait, hold on. Hold on a second. I want to check something real quick, because this doesn't seem right. Did they just buff up its catch rate or something, or have I just gotten too lucky? Okay, I just gotten too lucky. Catch rate of 3. Oh, wow. Well, I guess that's it. Or, actually, that's what I could say. We are actually not done yet. Why? Because, do you remember, back from not long after I started this Let's Play, when I was able to finally get the Wi-Fi, the mystery gift thing set and ready to go. The time has come for us to finally do it. We're using it. At the Harbor Inn, a roost for restless sailors. Enjoy sweet dreams in our sumptuous beds. We have our members card. A card needed to enter the inn in Candlelight City. Oddly, the last day marked on it was 50 years ago. This is actually a reference to for when the members card was first distributed. The last time the person went into the Harbor Inn was on December 1st, 1959. The members card was distributed on December 1st, 2009. Quite interesting to say the fact, but I guess it's a pretty interesting trivia to say the least. So, here we go. Welcome. We've had a reservation for you. We've held it a long time. You lay down on the bed as if bidden there. If you had access to this event, you will be taken to a brand new island that can only be accessed through this event. I am very fortunate that I was able to do this when I could. And before anything else, I highly recommend that you save. I am going to do just that real quick, and I gotta make some final preparations, so let's get to it. Alright, while we endure this ominous music, you enter through here. Within this gas, we have an enemy. Let's talk to it. For as long as time has turned, light and darkness have intertwined. One must exist with the other. When it comes into the dark forces, it is said that it brings destruction, chaos, nightmares. This is the embodiment of nightmares, and it is widely considered to be one of, if not the, most iconic nightmare you will ever encounter. Very few have lived to battle against it and told a tale. Only one person has managed to open its heart and played Oracian to quell its harmful heart. But its enemies shall be drawn into the nightmare that it makes. Boo! Darkrai is one of my all-time favorite legendary Pokemon ever. This thing wrecks everything, and I have been waiting to talk about this. Level 50, Dark type, Bad Dreams for its signature ability. Let's see. Foul Play, Sucker Punch, Double Team, Hypnosis. This thing got screwed. Okay. But first, let's talk about all the good things about it. This thing is known for being a Pokemon that can lure your enemies into bad dreams and, well, inducing them into sleep. The best moves that you're going to be having for this thing for the time being are Foul Play, Sucker Punch, and Dark Pulse, and maybe throw in a couple of other stats and problems of the process. That being said, it has a signature move of Dark Void. This used to be 80 accuracy, but strange thing as it is, and I don't know why, it got nerfed to 50% per Pokemon. Normally, this will be good for Domo battles, but now it's just a kind of mediocre. Heck, even Hypnosis has a better accuracy than it. What? And I found out about this fairly recently while making preparations for this, and I was like, that don't seem right. I know that in Legend Arceus it's bumped up to 90 accuracy, but I guess in here in the remakes land, it's now pretty much shit from here. That's not to say that it's bad in any way. Combining that with its signature ability of Bad Dreams, it makes sleeping all the more nightmarish. When a Pokemon is asleep, Bad Dreams will drain 1/8 of your opponent's maximum HP. It learns it at level 66, but it's also capable of learning the move Nightmare, hence its appearance. That Bad Dream Nightmare Sleeping combo, if I'm not mistaken, it will practically drain 1/3 of your opponent's maximum HP, if I remember that correctly. Plus, a distributed Darkrai used to have Spatial Rend and Roar of Time. Youch! All around, Darkrai is a phenomenal Pokemon, but it got screwed a little bit in a later generation when it made its debut. It's great, I love it to death, and it hasn't left that special spot in my heart at all. So let's get started. 1. Whoa! What? Alright, you asked for it, Bob. Double. You're faster than me. Wow! Okay. Okay, that actually did a little bit more than I anticipated. You know what? It's like almost 1 o'clock in the morning while I'm doing this, and it's at the crack of night. Yeah! Woo-hoo-hoo! I'm actually trying to keep it quiet because it's at the dead of night and I'm not exactly alone here. Okay, so, Darkrai! We got it! Folklore has it that on moonless nights, this Pokemon would make people see horrific nightmares. Hence, sort of why was it given on New Moon Island? Voice called out from somewhere. Darkrai, your power is strong. Though you don't will it, you make people and Pokemon around you see terrible nightmares. That is why you came here, New Moon Island. Here, there is no one but you. There are none that can be drawn into your nightmare. And if anyone were to fall into the nightmares, Full Moon Island is close by. You woke up. But now that that's done, you've been asleep for a long time. What happened to you? What were you doing here? No one has lived here for 50 years. And thus, we could never go into that house ever again. It is now completely locked up. Now, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be mistaken. Oh! I actually did not know this. We can now go back to New Moon Island for whatever reason. In fact, I'm actually curious. I've never done this before. So we're back on New Moon Island. I'm curious. There's nothing here. But what if... Yeah, there's nothing there. There's no point to ever coming back to this island. It's just completely barren. Well, I think that now pretty much covers up everything that I want to talk about. We are done. Does that mean that we're almost done with the Let's Play? Sadly, yes. We actually have a few more things that are left for us to do before we finish things off once and for all. We're gonna come right back here to Remnus Park because next time, I think it's about time that we show off a little more for what Remnus Park has in store for us, since we now have something special in our accessories and that I will show off real quick. I'm gonna see if I can maybe try to get maybe a few more of these suckers because, oh boy, we got shards for days. Except no, we really don't. We actually still got several shards in for us to find because there are some Pokemon that require these, and I don't think that this will be enough. I'll probably find one more large shard or maybe another 4 small shards on the process, but for now, we're gonna end things off right here. Next time, we do just that. See you guys then.